today I am going to discuss about Marxian theory of international relation or Marxian approach towards the study of international relation. This is again for third semester major students, and this may be the last video for this session. So here you remember one thing, that Marxist theory of international relation or their approach towards international relation is an extension of Marxist theory regarding class struggles, theory of surplus value, then proletariat dictatorship, classless society, revolution, etc., etc. These are the extension of that theory. So whenever you are going to study about Marxist theory of international relation, you must have to remember those principles of Marxism, then it will be easier for you to understand this concept. So, now who are Marxists? Karl Marx is there, Karl Marx was there, Engels was there, then Lenin, Mao Zedong, then later Marxists are also there. All of them contributed towards the development of Marxist theory of international relation according to their own way. So, first of all, you remember one thing, that economically dominant class always those who are the economically dominant class in a society, in a country or in international arena, they generally cornered the social and political power. That means they always enjoyed the social and political power and exploited the poor people. That means poor people, maybe the poor people within their own countries, or maybe the poor people of poor countries, etc. But this system is going on through nationally, through internationally. And class division and exploitation reached its peak in capitalist society. Class division means division between the rich and the poor. Capitalists, those who are the capitalist class, they are always in favor of capitalism, more production, more industries, etc. And because of that, capital concentrated in the hands of few peoples, and ultimately they have started exploitation, and that exploitation reached a peak in the capitalist society when the labor class or the poor people, they become very much dissatisfied with that system. Then excess production and profit motive led to extreme exploitation. Excess production and profit motive, that means those who are the capitalist class or those which are the capitalist countries, they are also industrially developed, though they have started producing more and more and more. And after that, one time came when it reached, the production reached its ultimate area. That means there is overproduction, and because of that overproduction, generally in those countries there are less number of people, so there are no buyers, and that is why they for fulfilling their profit motives and with a view to sell their excess production, they try to find out new outlets, that means new markets, that means to go to other countries to sell their produced goods. And that is the crisis in advanced capitalism. Those who are advanced capitalist countries, they have started producing more and more, and a time reached when they found that it is impossible to sell the product within their own national boundary. And from that time, all the capitalist countries, they started searching new market outside their national boundaries. That means they have started to spread their principle of imperialism, and they started to attack the countries, or started to establish their colonies in various poor countries so that they can sell their excess products and they can become much more profitable. And that's why the First World War, which took place in 1914, that was also the result of extreme capitalism or crisis in advanced capitalism. What happened? At that time, excess production took place in many capitalist countries, and there were some particular section of people, they are the businessman community or mercantile community, they became very much anxious to found the new areas where they can sell their products, and in that way, ultimately, tension started between various states in international arena, and that tension ultimately brought the First World War. So First World War was nothing but it is the result of crisis in advanced capitalist country who, to find out the new outlet, started competition among themselves, and which resulted into crisis and First World War. Then Lenin actually gave he actually established his theory of imperialism. That was Lenin's theory, not Marx. He said that Marxist views on imperialism criticize the liberal theory. That means those who are the follower of the liberal theory, that means generally the capitalist class people or capitalist society or Western societies are in favor of liberal theory. And what the liberal theory said, they said that only the capitalism can bring cooperation and bring peace and tranquility in the world order. Only because there will be interdependent among the countries, they will look after the necessity of the poor countries, etc., etc. All the good things they have mentioned in favor of capitalism by the liberal theory. But the Lenin's theory of imperialism proved that these are wrong, because when they are started, because based on free market and interdependence, they are saying that okay, there will be interdependence among the country, rich country will look after the poor country, etc. But ultimately it became a failure because because the capitalist country, they have faced the internal crisis. What is their internal crisis? That is overproduction. There is no market to sell their production, and that is why they started to follow the policy of imperialism. And by following the policy of imperialism, what they have done, they have increasing their number of colonies one after another. A number of Western countries, they have their own colonies on that days, and this was responsible for creating tension throughout the world. So whatever the liberal thinkers thought about capitalism or merits of capitalism, that was totally wrong. If we study the Lenin theory of imperialism, where he clearly showed that because of excess production, they started tension among themselves. Why? To find out new markets. And which are those new markets? Those colonies which were established by the Western power. And those who are the neo-Marxist and neo-Marxist, they also believe that peripheral societies remain underdeveloped due to common class interest of the capitalists in core and peripheral society. That means core means powerful countries and peripheral society means less powerful or less developed country. Whatever the country may be, the neo-colonists said that in each and every society, those who are economically powerful, they are started exploiting the weaker sections of the society, and that is why peripheral society remains underdeveloped. That means the third world countries always remain underdeveloped because of the fact that those industrial countries, they are not at all interested to give them concessions so that they can become developed, they can become economically developed, and they can come forward. So that is still there. So peripheral society means the underdeveloped society or underdeveloped countries, they are facing the same problem. That means if you apply the principle of class struggle here, you will find that the upper class is the core societies, and the the rich class is the core society, and the peripheral societies are the poor class, and the rich classes, that means the poor, that means the developed countries, are exploiting the underdeveloped countries. And they also said that globalization also not successful to establish equality among economic equality among the societies. So those, they have said, those who are in favor of globalization, they are saying that okay, they are giving, multinational companies are coming, new industries are coming, there are dependency among the countries, and underdeveloped countries are also getting new opportunities for development of their own countries. This type of things are there, but actually globalization also moving towards neo-colonialism, because of globalization, those who are underdeveloped countries, they are not in a position to maintain peace with developed countries, and that is why they are started taking loan from developed countries or from international organization, and for all these things indirectly they are losing their sovereign status even. So globalization also unable to meet up the demands of the underdeveloped countries. So the present international situation is still dominated by the capitalist class or capitalist countries. So it is high time for the people to think about the establishment of new kind of society to establish peace and tranquility in international arena. And for that, what is necessary? With the establishment of classless societies in every part of the world. That means they are saying that in every part of the world they should have to try to establish classless society, because in periphery also, that means in the underdeveloped countries also there are two classes, one is rich class and one is poor class. So in each and every society they should have to try to remove that class distinction and to try to establish the classless society. So when all of them are in a position to develop classless society in every part of the world, then only new international order based on equality of all people could be established. So this is the extension of Marxian theory of class struggle, surplus value, proletariat dictatorship, etc., etc. Here they are interested to showing the fact that because of the class characteristics, because of the exploitative nature of capitalist society, because of their lust for power, because of their greediness for more money, because of their exploration of new markets, the world situation they are not in a position to establish peace and tranquility, and for which First World War took place, Second World War took place, and now globalization is there, tension is always there. So only remedy is to establish classless society in each and every country, and after that all of them should move forward on equal footing and to establish peaceful international situation.